You again? Rummaging around in my forest garden, are you? I thought as much. Oh, you want to learn about the old Babington's leek? Now, Babington's leek is a very, very interesting perennial leek. It's native to the British Isles and is notably quite common around the Channel Islands. One of the reasons it has become such an interest of many who are interested in permaculture, agroforestry and self-sufficiency is it can survive very, very difficult conditions, and it will pretty much self-seed itself in a shady environment. Now, in its natural zone, it's very used to shallow, stony, nutrient poor soil, which makes it perfect for forest gardens. Now, when I was first watching Agroforestry UK, some of their videos, I noticed that they talked about this quite a lot, and I have to say it's been a real success. I haven't really harvested many of the stems. I've tried to just be getting this established in the woodland environment, but it does have a leek of about a 2 centimetre girth. And you know what I'd say about this leek is, even though it's an edible, it's not going to give you an amazingly huge leek, but the amount of time and effort you put into growing this stuff is pretty much zero. And if you look here at the flowering stalks, at the end you've got these sort of bulbils, and what you'll do if you want to buy these online, I think I got these from Chiltern Seeds, but they are readily available now with a bit of research, is you just get some of these dry little bulbs in an envelope, and what you do is you pop them in the winter time, and in spring they'll come up. And what is really amazing about them is in the wild, these stems, they can get up to sort of 6 foot tall. I mean, this one's coming on for 5 foot, and what will happen is they'll drop and it will just scatter the bulbs, and you can just throw the bulb on top of like bark mulch or just soil, and it will root so easily. I've had a few of here spring already start to self sow, and it's quite remarkable. And you know, if you've got a large area, a temperate forest garden, you know, you want things that are going to try and create their own ecological equilibrium. A crop like this is a fantastic one to have. I mean, this is pretty much growing in full shade here, and it's just so easy to grow. And I mean, what is quite interesting about it is it has more of a garlicky smell to it. And when I researched this further, because I have some elephant garlic on the other side of the forest garden, and it's got very, very similar habit and very similar taste, but it's less, the green material's less harsh, less woody, not woody, but less tough. So you know, it's really good to see. That's great in a stir fry. It's almost like a cross between an onion and a garlic. Absolutely delicious. And because I'm trying to get my forest garden established, all I want to do is just try and propagate this every year. As an experiment, I've actually put some in the normal vegetable beds just to see how thick the stalk will get. But you know, the fact that you're not going to have to do much work with this is a great one. I would certainly, if you've got a large area to cover, try and give this one a go. You'll get them bulbils in the post, and doesn't take a lot of work to get them going at all. And there's just something really magical about the way that they just sort of spring up. The other day I was just sitting in the forest garden, and I noticed just a bulb with a shoot and some roots going into the soil. So quite a very, very tough plant. Anything that grows in a dry, shady environment is an absolute must. And of course, you know, you could substitute this for onions in a self-sufficient situation, no doubt about that. Take it at the base, chop that up, fry that up, and you'll have a sort of onion base there. One of the really good things about this plant is it will give you fresh shoots during a time called the hungry gap. Now, the hungry gap is kind of late winter, early springtime, when nothing really has got going yet. You've perhaps got some stored pumpkins and potatoes from winter you're using up, and there's just not really anything else to grow. And these will give you some fresh greens during that time. One thing I'd say, if you start it off with the bulbils, for the first year don't crop this. All right, this usually what happens is it will divide at the base a little bit. Wait until at least the second year. As I say, I haven't really harvested much of it. I just tried one stalk. Try and get it established. Try and have a 4 or 5 year plan. You just have an area where it's establishing and it's out competing normal forest plants, and that's a good one. You know, I mean, I think it will do best, they say, in a bit of sunshine, but I found it's been here in doubled sunlight, no problem at all. So let it get strong, develop your general stock, and then in the future, you know, you'll have edible leeks for many years to come. Early spring, late winter, good little crop. Chop them up, put them in a salad stir fry, fantastic. So not really much else to say about it, other than the fact it is actually quite an attractive plant as well. Fantastic for rough ground. Get the bulbils, you won't have to do much. It's loads of fun, give you loads of food. Got a nice little oniony twang to it. Get out there and grow some.